My name's Derek. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People. Is old man okay? Yeah, I'm okay now, but I had a rough night and morning, I'll tell you that. I was had some real stomach problems last night and this morning. So, today's a good cartoon day, and I do plan on transitioning from this into cartoons relatively quickly. Hi, Mean Bird. Hi, Boba Fett. It's Sleepy Week. Every month, after I run out of Adderall, I usually take a couple days off, as much as a week off, Not fully off, but yesterday I didn't live stream at all. Today I'm just going to live stream for an hour or two. My first bomber of the day. All right. Hi, Corey Murph. Hey, talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's not a show I liked very much. I thought it was spooky, kind of scary, kind of not really appropriate for kids. But my daughter and I watched it a lot when she was little because it was that era, We watched the Cartoon Network cartoons. We watched the Nickelodeon cartoons and even some Disney Network stuff back in the day. Boba Fett's just tucking into bed, huh? Well, I'm just getting up. I'm not pushing my beliefs on anybody, Jerry. I'm just explaining my last couple of days. I agree in general that it's important not to proselytize. No, I was not a nom. I was born in 1971. Pretty hard for me to be a nom. Zorro, the right-hand man, in general, one shouldn't make promises one has no intent of keeping. Sometimes in life we make promises that it ends up we can't keep, but we should always at least intend to keep them when we make them. Yeah, I am smoking some good stuff here. We actually went to the weed store yesterday. More like 1931. You think I'm 40 years older than I am? I think I'm 93. Damn, I'm doing good for 93, huh? Yeah, you made that clear. Ought to go gold 22. I just recorded it on this laptop right here with only an acoustic guitar, Audacity, and 2 vocals. I just used this little laptop right there. I didn't even have a bass guitar at the time, or my electric guitar. I just had an acoustic guitar. That's to go to work. Fuck me. Are you a prostitute? What strain am I smoking? I forget exactly what it's called, but it's Air Bloom is the brand. This is called the Sherbert. It's called the Sherbert. Otter Gold can get banned for this stuff. I don't think you should worry about getting banned. I mean, I might hide him if he's just shitty and spiteful and doesn't have anything interesting to say. But I certainly wouldn't report him or anything. Do I prefer a dirty blonde or a naughty brunette? I prefer my beloved wife Rachel, who's kind of a dirty blonde, I guess. My name is not Rondis. I could ban Auto Go Gold 22, sure, I could hide you, but generally I want you to do something worth hiding, not just insult me. I mean, it's easy squeezy to insult me. Be interesting. No name, it's fine. I appreciate people like Auto Gold coming in and making their attempt. I figure Auto Go Gold 22 will either be interesting or not, you know? Whether he's capable of being interesting, I do not know. Turbo wants treats, huh? Is Type Police coming back anytime soon? It's not out of the question. There are a lot of things I could do and probably should do to benefit the channel. One of the number one things I should do if I want to be smart about stuff is try to keep things green, which is to say, because I tend to be not very topic specific. Yes, I remember you, no name. Because I tend to be kind of no holds barred in topics and talk about whatever and do whatever. Although I try to smoke off screen now. Most of my live streams turn out to be yellow $, which is to say I get no or limited revenue from it. As a consequence, I suppose, even though my subs have gone way up, my views have gone way up, my money earnings stay exactly the same. Boba Fett, good for you. I hope you successfully do that. Hi, Danielle Grafton. Hi, Gino. It's going pretty well. Juge says, haha, look at that poop head. Assume you're talking about me. Jedbug asks, what's your name? My name is Eric. What's the maximum amount of money I ever made from YouTube? It was about $300 in a month. That was some time back. Now I make about $150 a month, which is better than nothing, but not much, you know. Well, I guess Oughta Go Gold 22 has given up. Oh, that's fine, Jude. You can play with me or whatever. I mean, presumably you engage in live streams for some reason. Thanks, Jedbug. What do I work as? I used to work as a competition flow debate coach. I'm now more or less retired. Hello, Hala Madrid. Okay, Daniel Grafton, don't just put random things down. Jerry Joda asked, do I ever take time off from smoking weed? Not really. Although it's true also that I smoke more weed when I'm streaming than I do in other contexts. It's also true that I probably, okay, you're just spamming now. So that's not good. Remember, you want to try to be interesting. Inheritance. And inheritance, that's how. No name. My parents died in 2022. Both of them did. About 4 or 5 months apart from each other. Black Lung, are you Boodmeyer? No, I don't know who that is. But it is the case that I quit smoking cigarettes about a month ago, a little more than a month ago. And sometimes that can be a little painful. Because I used to come outside all the time, smoke cigarettes, especially when I was live streaming. Now, it's like I never have any reason to go outside anymore. It's kind of sad. Let's give the woodland friends some cutlets. It's true I took up vaping to replace the nicotine, but it just, it's so not the same. It's so not as good. All right, now that I've given the woodland friends their cutlets, why don't we walk around the house? What are we making? We're making the squirrels and the birds happy by giving them sunflower seeds, which they enjoy eating. Now let's just go walk around the house, see what we see. Thanks. Pretty nice out today. It's warm, but it's not that warm. There's our shed. It has stuff in it, like tools and stuff. It came with all the stuff that's in it. Where you live, right near Yosemite, California. And we live in the armpit of the Sierra National Forest and Yosemite National Park / forest. On one side of us is the Sierra National Forest, on the other is Yosemite. Look at this big ass. Look how big this. What is this thing called again? Dandelion. It's like as big as my hand. It's so huge. Have you ever seen such a big dandelion before? It's crazy big. See how big it is? That's a big dandelion, huh? If you had one piece of advice to tell the world before you died, what would it be? Whew. Better to be lucky than good. Is that advice? It's more about your relationships than anything else, even when it shouldn't be. That's what I'd say. Which isn't very just or good or fine or true or anything, but it is what it is. This cat's maybe watching me. You know, we're all well served by a meritocratic world, but I don't think we live in a very meritocratic world. I think the only things in life that are truly meritocratic are competition sports. I've had a rough week, to be honest. I've had a rough week full of dark thoughts. I've been watching a lot of like conspiracy theory videos, I guess you could call them. Videos about how horrible Hollywood is, etc. It makes me go, "Ugh." But bye, honey bunny, waffle monkey. Hi, the view of nature. Hello. Hopefully, you got to see a little view of nature when we were outside. If not, you could look out the window. Oh, you have to look that way. There. That cat, he's, since he got back from the vet, he's like been extra lovey, extra right up against me all the time. You've been binge watching cryptid stuff. Groovy Gavin. I'll have to check out Groovy Gavin. Um, you know, things are so weird right now, right? I have a retirement. I mean, I have a inheritance. I mean, Jerry Jodo. My parents died last year. I was the only child. I inherited the estate. And now I'm basically recovering from the last 50 years of life. Rachel and I are both just recovering still, you know. It's it's crazy when you have a chance to just not stress out and just chill and just live like we're doing right now. It's crazy how much you realize how brutal life was before, you know. It was absolutely brutal for both of us. It was Rachel was treated as a cash cow at this horrible Mercy Medical Center that basically exploited her mental illness to keep her as a patient indefinitely so that they could keep charging the insurance company for like 10 years instead of actually curing her, which is what we did as soon as we hired a private psychiatrist who's not on, doesn't take any health insurance, right? Meanwhile, I had gone through two divorces prior to marrying Rachel, and I had been working 60-hour weeks or sometimes more as the director of this competition debate school, making not nearly good enough money for how hard I was working and how successful the program was, how like singularly successful, like seriously the best middle school program in the country. We won so much, it was unbelievable. And I nevertheless wasn't paid accordingly. And additionally, I would say that my second wife, who also was working full time, she had a spending problem. So it's not like we put any money away. And then I was also a drunk because I had an alcohol problem. And and it was difficult and miserable and hard. Everything was difficult, miserable, and hard. No, I'm not making a lot of money right now. I have money. It's different than making money. I inherited an estate, and we are operationalizing that capital. Like for example, we have an income property that we haven't started renting out yet, but we will start renting out, and that'll bring us a monthly income. And in addition to the existing estate, I guess Ben James was talking to my cat. It's already invested. We didn't inherit. We just inherited one property, but we now own two, and we may purchase a third as a second income property. We live in one of them. So that's what I got going on financially. Okay, people want to know. That's the answer. How old were my parents when they died? 85. Both of them were 85. But we also try to live frugally. We don't we don't go out to eat that much, which is easy where we live, and we don't buy a bunch of frivolous stuff. Rachel used to buy more frivolous stuff, but she's reined it in substantially, much to her credit. So, we're trying to be smart about it, right? We're trying to make sure that we're good forever. Yeah. No door dashing. No, Jerry. She does not. Yeah, well, it was a transition for both of us. I transitioned more quickly maybe than Rachel did, but it's like neither of us had been thus positioned before, really, and so we wasted a certain amount of money first year or so, but we behave differently now, and we're doing the best we can given that I don't feel like some kind of investment guru, right? Like I don't really know what the best thing to do is. So I'm going with something safe, income properties. It's taking a while. Things take a long time. It's weird. But we live out here in the woods, so it's not surprising that it's a little difficult to get people out here. My name's Eric Mikey Westside. You say, what the Sigma? I don't know if I'm a Sigma or not, but I am just a guy live streaming at the moment about nothing in particular. Just checking in, really. It's sleepy week, so I don't have any Adderall. And what that means is I'm not feeling especially motivated to do anything. Am I cool? Yes, I'm cool. No, I don't like toes. How much will you be renting out the rental property? You have probably 2,200 a month. I'm not planning on doing a vacation rental. Vacation rentals are a lot more difficult for very little more money ultimately, I think. So accordingly, I'm gonna do month to month. We should get about 2,200 a month for it. What am I doing? I'm just chilling. I just got up. I'm just killing time basically until I start watching cartoons. And also checking in with everybody. Because I don't, Madam Mango, knock it off. Don't be all gross and sweaty. One thing we don't want to do around here is talk about being all sweaty. Yes, it affects me emotionally. Adderall has a big impact on me emotionally. Like when I'm coming into a bottle, I'm super hyped, probably too hyped. And then when I'm coming out of a bottle towards the end of it, I'm start getting just dark thoughts across the board. Like uh, last few days, week or so, which represents the end of the bottle of Adderall plus the beginning of Sleepy Week, I've really had a lot of like negative self talk. Meaning, I find myself saying things like, quote unquote, I hate myself all the time. And that's obviously not a good thing. It makes me wonder if ultimately it's worth it, this whole journey with the Adderall. But, you know, guaranteed come next Monday, which is when the bottle comes due, then I'm gonna want it again. I mean, if I could use it a little differently, like if I could get myself to go like one day on hardcore, then 2 days off, that would be probably a good way to go. Because one day on hardcore means you lose a full night's sleep at least. Jess Colonel, hello, how are you? Adderall is for ADHD. Quentin T says, get off the Adderall, dumbass. Well, I appreciate your directness. No, I'm not going to start drinking again. That would not be good. No, I'm not going to get mad. That would also not be good. So, obviously, you got a choice, right? You got a choice with things in general. You can choose to have the higher highs, and then you're gonna have to accept the lower lows, or you could choose to try to be sober all the time. That's itchy, That's itchy as hell. I don't know why I'm so actually itchy right now. I've been scratching myself a lot in various places. YouTube live streams about as bad as Kick. Well, I don't know. I try to moderate the chat somewhat. Like, I try not to let spamming take over the chat too much. What cartoons will I be watching? Well, Monday is actually the best day of the week for cartoons, believe it or not. And I will tell you which cartoons I will be watching. So, usually Saturday is the best day of the week for cartoons, most seasons, but not this season. This season, it's Monday. I could catch up on God's Games we play, which isn't great and not a show I've been watching steady, but it's not bad. Chilling in Another World level 2 Super Cheat Powers. I will definitely be watching that. Probably watch that one first. Then I got Tsukamichi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2, which is amazing. Regarding Monster, I think criminally underrated at 4.6 stars. Should be 4.9, 4.8. One of my favorites of the new season. I was reincarnated as the seventh prince, so now I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. I'll be watching that. Oh. And then if I'm really feeling like thirsty for anime, I might even watch The Banished Former Hero Lives as He Pleases, which is one of the worst cartoons I've ever watched. But I've been watching it all season just because it's in my comfort food wheelhouse as far as media goes. Stop scratching, hon. It will only make things worse. Something will go wrong someday. Well, something will go wrong someday. I mean, things do go wrong. Rachel and I went to Merced to pick up our cat. On the way in to pick up the cat, the car broke. We had to get a new clutch. And then we had to rent a car to get the cat and bring him back here. And then we had to go take the rental car back. And all that shit went wrong at a very unpleasant time. Like right at the beginning of Sleepy Week. Yes, I've seen Steins Gate. That's a scratchy scratch. Yeah, I put some rubbing alcohol on it. Maybe that'll help. Well, you know what? The Mini Cooper's actually been quite reliable. It's just the clutch, clutches go out eventually, right? Have I seen Steins Gate? Yes, I've seen Steins Gate, and it was good. What's a good series for you to get into? Well, Tsukamichi Moonlit Fantasy is fantastic. If you start at the beginning of that one, that's just amazing. I rewatched the first season. I mean, yeah, Steins Gate's worth finishing if you've already finished all the better anime out there. It depends what you like as well, I guess. Okay. Hopefully that rubbing alcohol will make me stop itching. Probably it won't, but how did I get itchy in the first place? Right, I don't. That's a good idea, Armel. I'll try not to touch my eyes with rubbing alcohol. I'm trying not to scratch, but I don't know why I'm so itchy anyway. Something must have bitten my arm. An itch bug of some sort must have bitten my arm. Woodland living. It's not like we even go outside. Outside's a scary place. I do go outside sometimes. Like right now, I want to go outside just because it's like, because of the cigarette trigger. Quitting smoking cigarettes is painful, you know? There are so many things that trigger me to have a cigarette. Here's some Woodland Friend action. Where's the Woodland Friend? There he is. some squirrel action for you. So anyway, I had such a horrible colon blow yesterday. The squirrel and the bird are friends. They're getting along so well. We can eat right next to one another without having any problems. Do I have an Amazon wish list? No, I don't have that. I don't really like objects. Although I could think of a couple of things I want. It's like I want to get a lavalier mic, like a two lavalier mic, wireless lavalier mic combo thing. I tried to get it already. It didn't work. I tried to get a lavalier mic twice and failed both times, so I kind of given up. You silly birds, eating your. What are you doing, Mr. Squirrel? Walking around like you got four legs. Oh, well, maybe I could make one of those. Maybe I should. If people are going to send me free stuff. I appreciate that. People do periodically like super chat or something. It's nice. You silly squirrels, what are you doing? Eating your cutlets. You love them so much. This is what I miss about smoking cigarettes. I used to come out here and feed the boys and friends every day. And I'd watch them eat and smoke my cigarettes. But nowadays, I don't need to go outside anymore. Meow, okay, all right. That's called what's it called? Stellar's jay. It's not a regular blue jay, apparently. I used to call it a blue jay, but it is, in fact, a Stellar's jay. All right, the cat needs us to watch him eat, unfortunately, so we're going to have to watch the cat eat. There. Are you satisfied? Well, you guys watch the cat eat. I'm going to get my cup and fill it up with coffee. This cat won't eat unless watched, so I appreciate your hard work. I'll be right back. Go outside for air breaks, huh? I like that idea. I gotta go take an air break. Well, I do go outside to water my plants, so it's not like I don't go outside at all. Because I've got four or five plants here in the back that I need to water every day or two, depending on how hot it is. You done? No? You want to eat more? Okay, yes. I know. An unwatched kitty never eats. Are you done? Can we stop watching you? Okay. Well, you had plenty of time to eat. You don't really need me to watch you eat anyway. You're just being weird. He is such a baby. Rachel is still asleep. We also have two cats. Our second cat is right there. She likes to sit on this box. So we just leave that box there because she sits on it all the time. This cat's name is Capio, which means sweetheart in Hawaiian. The other cat's name is Trouble because he's trouble. Trouble used to be a stray and forced himself into our life. I had to buy bulk bags on blow pops. Then, after I had gum to chew for a minute, helped with hard candies and gum. Yeah, well, it's been over a month now. I've got these nicotine vapes, so it's not like I'm quitting the nicotine. But stop itching. Oh, so itchy. But regardless, Trouble forced his way into our family. Now he's our cat. He got fat after he stopped smoking. Well, my weight doesn't really change no matter what. But why? What's doing? I don't know what's doing, Corey Matthew. Matthew. I don't know. Yes, I remember Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget Eric. I don't know, Troll Bogus. You tell me. Interesting question. Is the Bible against watching porn? Does that count as coveting your neighbor's wife? That might count as coveting your neighbor's wife. I'm not sure. All right, you get back to work, Arm. Have a great day. I'll try to stay smiling. Hopefully, I'll stop scratching my arm. That would be nice. What cartoons I'm going to watch later are all the cartoons on Crunchyroll that come out today regarding Monster, Michi, Moonlit Fantasy Season 2, uh, um, chilling with my super level 2 powers. What's that one called? Chilling in Another World with level 2 super cheat powers. I'm going to watch that. There's three main ones I'm going to watch, but I'll also watch probably God's Games We Play if I feel like it. And worst case scenario, if I still want to watch cartoons, I could always watch The Banished Former Hero Lives as He Pleases, which is the worst cartoon that I watch. No, I cannot do that. Okay? Don't be sweaty and gross. Have I ever been a machine operator? No, I've not been a machine operator. Is it weird to eat wood? I preserve it in vinegar to make it chewable. It's weird, but I don't know if that makes it bad or not. I don't think I have any calamine lotion. All I have is willpower or the lack thereof. Hey, talk about the seal clubbing profession. Not a business I would recommend. It's boring and irritating. Actually, I have been a machine operator of sorts. I worked at a leather factory one time where I had to put one sheet of leather on this thing, and then they went around this big, long drying thing, right? And when it came out the other side, I had to take it off and put it on this pile. Take it off of this pile, put it on. Take it off of the thing, put it on this pile. Like that. It was very boring. Anti-itch cream is the same thing as calamine. I don't have it. Well, there are a lot of different Native Americans, Corey LeMathieu. LeMathieu. Oh, that feels good. This hot cup on my itchy part feels good. How did you deal with that job? First of all, it was a temp job, and I refused to go back after 2 weeks. I just couldn't take it. Second, while I was working there, I was making up in my head this super long poem. I don't remember any of it because I don't think I ever wrote any of it down. But that's what I was doing in my head. That kept me sane, I guess. Hi, Doherty Vlasic. TF going on, man. TF. Well, there's a lot of TF going on. Lots of it. But mostly what I want to say is I'm sad about the Oakland Athletics. We're so close to good. And we keep losing series after series after series. Today we play the San Diego Padres at 6:40 p.m. I'm a serious Oakland A's fan, okay? Like I watch at least some of almost every single game. It's an exciting team, okay? It's an exciting team, surprisingly. The Athletics have so many comebacks. Like um, they'll be down a run or two, and then put an ice pack on it, huh? You might quit that job. Well, if it's too torturous, you might as well. If you do quit it, give them the 2 weeks notice. Do it all properly so you can use it as a resume thing anyway. You know. Hi, William. I think it's worthwhile to not burn bridges. What's interesting is the idea that if I were to just persist in doing what I'm doing, that if I could, if I could, if I could keep my streams uh, green dollar sign, like almost everything I make, almost every one of my streams is yellow dollar sign, which means I'm cursing too much or whatever. How much was I making annually at my last job? I was making good money, but not six figures. Good-ish, you know. But remember, this was before the big inflationary crunch too. I should have been making more than I was making, given how successful I was. Regardless, the reason I'm retired is not because I made a lot of money, but because I have a decent inheritance and I'm trying to make that money work for me rather than me work for money at this point. But then after that, I had my own business. It's hard to say how much I was making during that time period. It was a lot of like big swings in capital, you know. I'm glad I'm not stressing out about that shit anymore. That was very stressful. Running a small business is a lot more stressful than you think. In the last couple of years, I wasn't really making any money at all, barely. I was just taking care of my mom and living at my dad's house, which he wanted me to do, but it was difficult. I try not to think about those times too much. I already think about them too much, so. But yeah, I wonder if I could just keep doing this and manage to keep the dollar signs green. If the channel would grow sufficiently for it to become, say, a decent stream of income. It doesn't seem impossible to imagine that I could eventually make like $1,500 a month doing this. That'd be very helpful. I'd have to make 10 times as much as I'm making now. But so far, what I've seen is that increased views, increased subs has not resulted in increased money. And I suspect it's because almost all of my streams end up as yellow dollar sign, which says basically you're too naughty to get green dollar sign. Hello, Mr. Kitty. Are you sitting with me as always? The other day, I was sitting in here. Cat was in here. Rachel was in here. Rachel was eating Popeyes, leftover Popeyes. She gave the cat a piece of, like a way too big piece of leftover Popeyes on the floor. And then she went over to the sink for some reason and stepped on it and got leftover Popeyes all over the floor. She's like, okay, this is a teeny tiny bathroom that I'm in. Can you guys please not bring so much chaos into the bathroom every time I go to the bathroom? Oh. Anyway. So that's my whole story and everything for everybody who wants to know what it is. Hi, Natasha Godfrey Ashford. Did you just learn about emojis or something? Did you just realize that there are emojis? Lisa, Who's Lisa? Can I show you what's in those 3 doors? Ooh, I don't know. It could have something bad hidden in there. These 3 doors, you mean? 1, 2, and 3? All right, let's take a chance. This is what we call the tech closet. As you see, the house is very wired. So, for example, there are colored plugs for these things, like in other rooms. If we wanted to, we find the red and the blue outlet plugs, and we could plug these in. You can be hardwired in those rooms. It's super teched out, this house. It's crazy. It was wired like this in like 2000 too, because the guy who made this house was such a techie. Look at these cool things that I found here too. So like electricity things. That's the tech closet. Now let's look in closet number 2. This is the pantry. Inside of the pantry are things like, what? Fruit snacks. Of course we want fruit snacks. Oh, we do have more potatoes. I knew we had more potatoes. Rachel's like, we're out of potatoes. Well, Rachel, maybe you should look in the pantry. Have you thought about that? Because that's where the potatoes were. There. Throw these horrible cherries away. I bought these cherries one day at Super. I was like, oh, cherries are on sale. Must be cherry season, I guess. Let me get these. And I did, and you know what? They were terrible. Terrible cherries. Into the trash you go, terrible cherries. All right. I'm glad we found more potatoes. Rachel will be happy about that too. We got soy sauce, packaged rice. Now, the third closet. The third and most exciting of the closets is the vacuum closet. It's got all of these vacuum things in it. Because we have what's called a whole house vacuum. Around the house, there are holes like this. You just plug the tube into it and it just starts vacuuming. Pretty cool. This door goes to the laundry room. In here, you will see a washer, a dryer, this thing, a laundry sink. These cabinets, these have like light bulbs and stuff in them. Okay, so that's what's in those closets. And here's our kitty on a box. Kitty on a box likes to sit on a box for being a kitty. What did I do with those fruit snacks? Where did I put them? Didn't I have them in my hand a second ago? Okay, well, I'm not going to disagree with you, Natasha Natasha Godfrey Ashford. And there's kitty number 2. I'm not going to disagree with you that it's a pain in the ass putting back that long too. But you know what's not a pain in the ass? Not having to push around a thing. The first time I've ever heard anybody say something negative about the whole house vacuum, but you're not wrong, okay? You are not wrong. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I had a big colon blow last night and this morning. I threw up and pooped my butt off. You are doing your NG beautiful. A goddess, and once you get going, time is your bitch. Is that true? Time is my bitch? I used to knit worms and put jewels on them and leave them in random spots for people to find. Can I have some words of encouragement? I'm having trouble with anxiety right now about going into work. Just go in and get it done. You know, that's the bottom line. Just go to work. Just deal with the horribleness of it for the amount of hours you have to deal with it, and be happy that you know that it's not forever. You'll go home again soon enough. I don't know how encouraging that is. Hopefully, it's encouraging. Money, it adds up. Right. Well, you know, one thing I'm thinking, Corey Matthew, and Ananova as well, is I'm genuinely thinking about getting a part-time job at the bootjack market. They've been looking for somebody for a long time. Now they just have a sign that says if you're looking for work, leave your name and number. They just stop with the whole like leave a resume even. So I think I might go get a part-time job there. They'll certainly hire me, I'm sure, because probably what they're looking for somebody who's retired and looking for something to do plus a little extra money on the side to just help with the overall finances, you know? Right. Well, a lot of people wish that, Jerry Jodo, but I'm still worried about the long term realities of things, and I want to make sure that you know I leave an estate for my daughter too, that I don't just use it all up. So there's still well, remember Anna number 5, you're doing work for somebody else's productive endeavor, right? Like you are helping to make somebody else's business make them money and are getting paid accordingly. So just do the best you can, and remember that sometimes people make mistakes. If they can't deal with that, then just all you can do is the best you can do, and that's all you can do. And even that's asking a lot. All you can really do is uh, fine. That's all you can do is fine, and that's all they can ask. Just do fine, and you're fine. You're probably harder on yourself than anybody else is. OnlyFans. I'm not starting an OnlyFans, Corey Lumiu. I am doing the only kind of social media I do. The only kind of social media I will ever do, which is YouTube. I don't do any other social media. I don't put things on the gram, okay? I don't use the Facebook. I'm not tweeting on the X. I'm not dancing down the runway on the RuPaul's Drag Race. And I'm not starting a web page on the OnlyFans. Okay, so just deal with it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody get that way. I only use YouTube. It's the only social media that doesn't have a "the" in front of it. That's because you're old and dumb. Rebecca, don't say that to me. Hi, Tia. He's not even funny, Tia. He's just sad. Rebecca, why do you say such mean things to me? I'm just telling you the truth. Oh my God, Rebecca, you are such a. I'm sorry, it rhymes with witch. Um, if there's anybody around here who's a bitch, it's you. Rebecca. Rebecca is such a mean unicorn. All right, good luck, Ananova. Just remember, you're not gonna have to deal with Rebecca at work. Your work's gonna be horrible and you're gonna hate it. Rebecca, don't tell him discouraging words. That's that's horrible. It's so strange when people come in with totally unwarranted random accusations of horrible things. Like, what in the world makes them be that way? He's not nice, he's just boring. Rebecca. Hi, Hunter. How's it going? I hope you're doing fine. But I was tougher with an R. And this is my YouTube channel. Tiffany, this is God, horrible service all mine. Hello. My name is Tiffany. And this is my YouTube channel. It's spelled Tiffany with an I. Tiffany Tiffany with an I. Tiffany, do you mind if I YouTube a little bit myself now? Get out of here, you horrible, stinky old man! Get out of here, baldy! Tiffany, don't call me baldy. That's rude. I'm so sorry for this horrible, selfish, bald old man. We all agree that he needs to get out of here. Oh, Tiffany. You're so silly. Well, sure, you do whatever you want, Tia. I don't have any preference particularly. That wasn't a gig. That was just open mic, Jerry. We were just playing the open mic. We just went there and signed up on the piece of paper along with the other people and played. So that was nice and easy. All right. Well, I think I'm going to make myself a little something to eat. Maybe I'll do that before we do anything else. Or I could wait for Rachel to get up. I'm not really that hungry. It's just that now that I know we have potatoes, but we only have a little bit of butter. You can't just make plain potatoes and eat them, you know. You have to have at least butter and salt. But if you, or you could have sour cream and salt, but you really need some butter. I'm 53. And I'm not calling myself old, okay? That's Tiffany was calling me old and Rebecca, but they're kind of jerks, you know. All right. I'm going to wrap it up and probably I'll stream later. Thanks everybody for being here. That was a very pleasant hour or so of you make a good point, TGP. I stand corrected. Thank you for the correction. And I'll bid you all very fond farewell until next time. This has been Eric on Talking with Famous People.